Hello, everyone. My name is John Cottrell, and welcome to Power Hour. This is a 60-minute power vinyasa yoga practice. Thanks for joining me. So in this practice today, I thought we'd do something challenging. So I have a challenge for you. This is our balance challenge. So we'll be doing a lot of balancing, and the sequence that I will be putting together will just be a sequence of balancing postures. So when we do balancing, don't even be too concerned about losing your balance or needing to step out of a pose or anything like that. It's just all part of the fun. All righty. So do your best and just have a good time. So for our practice today, for our balance challenge, you'll need some props, which I would highly recommend for this practice because they will help you with your balance. Now, you might want to have a couple of yoga blocks or something that's stackable. Okay. I've got 2 blocks. You can even have 3 or 4 if you wanted to. It's just a way of bringing the floor a little bit closer to you if there's, stackable like this. So blocks or books, something like that. Even a chair, bring in a chair with a seat, and that can be the kind of the high platform that you can use, okay? So even a seat of a chair. And then you might want to have a yoga strap or something that might resemble a yoga strap. It could be a jump rope or a belt, something like that. That's going to help as well. Because a lot of the balancing that we do it's of course a lot of leg work, and that means a lot of hamstring work. So we're going to be stretching out our hamstrings too. All righty, so that is it. You got your yoga mat, maybe some water, got your props. That means it is time to start. So I invite you to stand nice and tall near the top of your mat with your feet about hip distance apart, toes pointing forward. And this just establishes a nice balance in the body. Yes, we're going to be working with balance, but our first balancing pose is actually just balancing on your own 2 feet and establishing a nice connection here. Also, just be aware, just even the subtle shifts left and right or forward and back. See if you can find a nice centering right here with the body. And then with the upper half of the body, you just want to make sure you're nice and tall, nice lengthened spine, long neck, chin lifted, and your gaze is forward. You might even want to roll your shoulders back a couple times and then just relaxed down by your side. Taking a few deep breaths in and out, just to establish a connection with your breath and begin your journey inward. Slow, deep breaths. Use your ujjayi breathing or your victorious breath. That's just using the muscles of the throat to create that power and energy of the breath as you inhale and as you exhale. Another sensation to be aware of is when you inhale, just feel the breath rising to fill up your lungs with a nice expansiveness in the chest. And that just creates this nice lifting and lightness in the body. We keep that uplifting sensation as we now exhale and draw navel to spine, drawing navel inward, light contraction of the abdominal muscles. So you keep the length and the lightness and this nice control here. So again, breathing in, breath rising, fill up your lungs. Exhale, connect to center, that light contraction of your abdominal muscles. And that sensation is going to help with movement. It will also help with balance. Let's take a few more breaths, keeping this connection. Very nice. And take 3 more breaths here as we now prepare our bodies to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead. Really reach high, big stretch. Keep that lightness. Exhale, it's hinge at the hips, folding forward. Bend your knees slightly or a lot if you need to as you make your way down, maybe touching your toes. Then inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees to extend your spine nice and long. We're going to hold here on the exhale. So we have a nice tabletop, a flat back, you're parallel to the ground. Keep a nice slight bend in the knees, but maybe feel the energized hamstrings. To add a little bit more of that sensation, shift your weight forward toward your toes to the point where you need to grip your mat with your toes so you don't fall over. That's going to engage the backs of the legs, just adding some strength and energy to your hamstring muscles. Now go ahead and shift your weight back towards your heels, getting that pressure off the toes. Bend your knees, let your hips drop like you're going to sit down, and take your arms out to the side as you now inhale and rise up nice and tall. Reach into the air and exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. All right, let's do that again. This is our half salute to the sun as we're beginning this warm-up process. Go ahead and inhale and sweep your arms out and up into the air. Exhale, we'll fold forward, hinge at the hips, bend your knees, make your way down towards toes. Inhale, rise up halfway, that same tabletop posture. This exhale will go back down towards toes, so come down to a complete forward fold. You can just hang heavily forward here if that feels okay for you. Deep breaths. Still that nice sensation of stretching and lengthening down through the backs of your legs, but even some release in the upper body, your upper back, neck, shoulders, your head. Ready to move? Let's go ahead and shift the weight back into the heels. Bend your knees, look forward. Then we'll inhale. Press heels strongly into the ground to give you that strength to rise up, standing up tall, straight legs. Reach arms into the sky. Exhale, hands together and down to your heart. Let's hold here for a couple of breaths. Very nice. Mountain pose. Couple of breaths. All right, we're going to continue with our full sun salute. Starting with series A. Inhale, reach your arms into the sky. Good energy in your hands and fingers. Exhale, fold forward. Again, your good hinge of hips, soft knees. Guide your way down. Take your time if you need to. Inhale, rise up halfway. Half forward fold. On the exhale, fold and bend the knees. Bring your hands to the mat and step back with your feet to the back end of your mat until you're in a long position like this, plank pose. We'll breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees a little to send your hips into the air. That should guide us to downward facing dog. You might want to make some adjustments here. Maybe step forward slightly, adjust your hands. What I like to do is spread out my fingers a little wider so I have a good base, and even take my hands a little outside or wider on the mat towards the edge. Slight bend of knees, hips lifting into the air while the hands press into the ground. This will strengthen upper body, opens the shoulders and chest, keeps a good lengthening in the spine. Let's pay attention to the feet for a moment. Let's pedal the feet. So one at a time, press one heel down, then the other, and just alternate. So one heel presses down as the other heel lifts, and alternate. And maybe feel that in your calves. Make sure your hands are still pressing firmly into the ground, strong, straight arms. Do that again one more time, both sides. Okay. Come back to a paused down dog, but then press both heels towards the floor. It's okay if they don't touch the ground, but just towards the floor. Feel that sensation. And then rise up onto tiptoes, lifting up high so you feel that more in your toes. Your knees can stay bent. Stay high on the tiptoes. Heels are way up high away from the ground. Breathe in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale to extend spine. Exhale, fold. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Let's grow tall. Reach into the air. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Well done. Couple breaths here. Still feeling balanced on 2 feet. Awareness of the breath. All right, let's go ahead and continue series B. Inhale, reach into the sky. Exhale, take chair pose. Sitting back as if you were sitting back into a chair. Let's breathe in. And exhale, dive out of your seat, down towards your toes. Here's forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to the ground, walk, step, or even hop both feet back, plank pose. Once we're here, we'll breathe in. Exhale, bend your elbows to lower your body down towards the ground, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, opening up the chest. Exhale onto your toes, lifting hips into the air, downward facing dog. Again, just make a quick adjustment of hands and feet. Let's add our lunge. We'll inhale, extend right leg up behind you.
Reach long, exhale. Let's bring right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel to the ground behind you. Put some weight and pressure in that back foot, which takes the pressure off the hands so you can easily rise up facing forward for warrior one. Exhale, let's fold again. Just bring your hands back down to the ground. Let's step that right foot back to meet the other plank. Bend elbows lower, chest towards the ground. Inhale, pressing hands into the floor, straightening your arms to send your heart forward. Exhale onto your toes, lifting hips into the sky. Other side. Inhale, extend left leg up behind you, reach long. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel to the ground behind you. Again, that same pressure in that back foot. Lightness in the hands. Inhale, float up, warrior one. Exhale, fold. Hands back down onto the ground, stepping left foot back. Sending your way down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Holding down dog for a moment. Let's go through that same lunge sequence. Inhale, extend right leg up, and we're going to hold this extension for a moment. So just take several breaths here. Hands pressing into the ground firmly. Right leg is lifted, reaching through your toes towards the wall behind you. Nice activation in the lifted right leg. Inhale. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Back to our warrior one. Plant that left heel down behind you. Let's float our way up, warrior one. We'll go ahead and take this to a warrior two. Right here. Nice deep lunge. We're going to hold this posture for a moment. Nice extension out through your arms. Right knee is bent. That knee is nicely aligned over the heel or ankle. Knee is pointing forward, right here. Good. All right, side angle pose, reaching out over this right leg. Let's rotate the arm so right arm can just come to the inside of the right leg or down to the ground or even your stacked blocks. Reaching left hand up, nice extension in these directions here. Good opening. Remember the kind of this sideways position. This is going to help in one of our balancing poses. Okay, breathe in. Exhale, we'll turn towards the floor. Bend, we can bring the hands to the ground. Step back, plank pose. Let's hold plank. Just take a shortcut to down dog. Bend your knees a little. Send your hips into the air. Same thing other side. We'll inhale, extend left leg up. Hold on the exhale. Keep breathing. Keep reaching. Opposite direction. So left foot reaching back, trying to touch a wall behind you. Hands root strongly into the ground. Let's take a breath in. And exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, right heel plants into the ground. Rise when you're ready, inhale. Exhale, here's our opening to warrior two. Settling in, I like to take my feet slightly wider on the mat, getting a nice lunge. Find that alignment, left knee and toes pointing forward with the knee aligned over heel or ankle here in front. Arms are reaching actively. Let's take our side angle. So we're reaching out over that left leg. Angled upper body, rotating the arms, reaching all the way down to the ground, or keep it partial like this if you want. This is good. Good extension in both directions. So you're reaching towards the ground and you're reaching for the sky. We're breathing in. Our exhale to return downward to the ground with the hands. We'll step back into plank pose. Pause. Another shortcut to down dog. Bend your knees, hips into the sky. Okay, let's go down to the floor. You can hop forward, cross your legs, and take a seat, or kneel down first, then take your seat. We're going to go into our back bend. So you want to find a seat in the center of your mat. Go ahead and roll down onto the back, and just go ahead and place the feet on the ground. Let's just lie here for a few seconds, just so everything can actually soften, relax for a moment after that nice, engaging, and energetic opening of our practice. And then we'll reactivate the body with breath. We'll take a nice full breath in, once again filling up the lungs. Exhale, engaging belly, and then peel away from the ground, lifting the hips up into the air. If you can and want to, you can bring your arms and shoulders underneath you. If you can, squeeze shoulder blades together engaging your upper back muscles. Now your arms can just stay straight on the floor. Maybe you can even touch your heels or even interlace your fingers underneath. Or another way to give a little bit more stability in the upper body, perhaps bend your elbows at 90 degrees and press down into the ground with the backs of the arms. That might provide a little bit more lift and stability in the upper body. Deep breaths. Very active sensations in the entire body. Everything's working here. All right, how about 3 more breaths? And here, let's just wiggle the toes forward a little bit. We're making space so we can get out of our back bend. Extend your arms up into the air, releasing the shoulders, then roll your way down. Touching the ground. Once you're down, extend the legs out front and reach your arms behind you if you've got room. Reach, stretch, lengthen in these opposite directions. Deep breath. Go ahead and bring both knees to chest. Hug them in a little. Start rocking forward and back a little bit carefully. And a good exhale to help rock your way up to seated. And before we get into boat pose, we will do boat. Let's just do a leg extension here. So sitting up nice and tall, flexed feet. We are going to take a forward fold. You're welcome to use your strap for this. I'm going to use a strap. You don't have to use one, but you're welcome to for sure. Okay, so if you're using the strap, you can just wrap it around the bottoms of the feet there, just holding onto the strap. Elbows are bent, and I like to have my elbows almost at 90 degrees or almost right at the sides of my body. That way I can give a nice tug of the strap, which helps me to sit up nice and tall. We're going to inhale and get even more extension through the spine. Exhale, pull belly in and a little tug of the strap to send heart and chin forward slightly. Even just a little bit, and just start to notice the change in sensation in your body. See if this shows up for you, perhaps in your hamstrings, maybe your back, your hips. You can go a little lower if you'd like. If you decide to go much lower than this, because I'm not down very far at all, you can always round your spine, and of course you can bend your knees. If you want to release the strap, maybe you can even reach your toes. Maybe it's easy for you to reach your toes, or just hold on to your shins if you happen to be not using the strap. But mainly just getting that lengthening process occurring in the hamstrings with the activated legs, and even that little stretch quality through the back if the back happens to be rounded in this posture. So a few more breaths. This is our seated forward fold. Paschimottanasana in Sanskrit. About 3 more breaths here. All right. After the 3rd breath, release the strap if you're holding on to one. We're all going to inhale and extend the arms straight up into the air until we've formed a right angle or an L shape. Reaching high. Then exhale, bring your hands down by your side. And that's the end of that little sequence. Let's move our strap out of the way. And now we're ready for boat. You can just start to lean back, bend the knees, bring the heels in, get some good length in the spine. If you want to feel like you're being pulled or lifted through the sternum, okay, and then lean back. And as you're leaning back, it'll lighten up the feet so you can just lift them or float them off the ground. A couple breaths here. You can hold on to the legs or release the legs if you want. Okay, here we go. We're going to breathe in. We're ready to move. Exhale, cross legs. If you can, get hands out in front. Step back, plank pose. Let's finish the push-up this time. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. There we are. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold for a moment. Find that nice extension through the spine. Let's breathe in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, extending spine. And our fold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, coming all the way back up to standing. And exhale, just bring your arms down by your side this time. Right here. Good. All right. Now let's get into some balancing work. I always like to start with tree pose when we're doing standing balancing postures.
Okay, so here we are in mountain pose. First, just feeling the balance on 2 feet, and then start shifting your weight over into your right foot. Even put a little bend in the knees. Just check to see if your legs were locked or knees were locked. Soften the knees. Send some weight over to right foot, okay? And then we got a nice inhale, lengthening of spine. Exhale, pull belly in and float the left foot up, bending the knee, maybe a flexed foot here, and just swing the knee out to the side. We're going to tree pose, placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. Okay. Then we'll inhale, extend your arms up into the sky. Good reach, extending, breathing. Each inhale, we're still reaching in these opposite directions, reaching high, that your right foot, just rooting into the ground, exhaling to draw belly in. Or let's keep the arms extended. We're going to swing left knee forward, lifting that left knee so the foot pulls away. We're going to use left hand just to catch just underneath the knee, maybe right here at the shin. Take right hand out to the side, right side, and left knee to the left side, right there. Just hold. Oops, I was losing my balance. There we are. It's okay if we lose our balance, right? Okay. Keep this left foot flexed. That might even help energize the leg. And I like this opposite motion. There's a lot of opposites in yoga. So we've got right hand to the right, left knee to the left. All right. Now bringing left knee center, right hand up, foot comes down to the ground. Let's bring both arms up into the air to establish balance. Again, arms down by your side. There we are. And even shake that out if you want. Okay, so basically just 2 balancing poses there. Our typical tree pose, and then kind of that opening up of the body. All right, other side, when you're ready, start shifting weight into the left foot. It's my right foot. That's why I keep confusing it. Into the left foot, root down, nice and tall here. Inhaling. Exhale, draw belly in, float right foot up. Bending the knee so thighs about parallel to the ground, flex foot to swing the knee out to the side. Placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. I always go to my calf. You can go there. That's just my default. You can bring it up higher if you want to, or even lower where your toes touch the ground. They're both correct. They're all correct. Okay. You have a nice hip opener. That knee is pointing out to the side. And then our inhale, reaching up into the air. Hold for several breaths. Now, what might help with balance is if you're focusing on something out in front of you, something that's not moving. It could just be the corner of a chair, a picture on the wall, even down at the floor. And of course, your breath. The inhale, reaching up, left foot rooted into the ground. Exhale, pull belly in. All right, let's keep the arms extended. Let's swing that right knee forward, lifting knee with the flexed foot. Let's catch that knee. And then our openings to the opposite directions. Left hand to the left, right knee to the right there. And really reach. That might even help. Keep this foot flexed that's in the air. And even feel like your chest is just expanding and opening and moving forward slightly. Okay, so this is our second balance. All right, right knee comes forward, left hand goes up, plant the foot, both arms up into the air to establish balance. Arms come back down by your side. All right, okay, that's the beginning of our balance challenge. Okay, a little movement in the feet, hips, shoulders, hands, and we'll continue our flow. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose, halfway lift. Exhale, bend, hands to the ground, walk, step, or hop back plank pose. Come down right away if you're able. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to hold that leg extension again. Inhale, extend right leg up. Hold, reach, get longer if you're able. Inhale, preparing to move. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Let's go to high lunge this time. So left heel will stay lifted, all 10 toes pointing forward as we rise up. So we're in a high lunge. So right knee is bent, lunging forward, but that left heel is lifted. So everything's square, aligned, facing forward. Okay, a couple of breaths here. And this is also a balancing pose. To help manage that stability, squeeze to center, inner legs, belly, even feel like you're holding on to something between your hands. Okay, let's inhale, And our exhale to open to a warrior two. Establish the pose. We're going to take this right away to triangle. So straighten the right leg. You can keep this distance between the feet, but if you want, you're welcome to maybe shorten the distance. I just like to shorten it just a little bit. Right there. And then start reaching out over the straight right leg. Rotate the arms. And there's our triangle pose. You almost form the shape of a triangle. We have a nice hamstring stretch here. So another nice sideways position for the body. Affects the hips, the side body, and of course, the right hamstring in this case. Stay in triangle, but you're going to bend the right knee and kind of slide into a side angle like that. Okay, all we did was just bend the right knee and kind of slid into this pose. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, turn, hands to the floor. Step back, plank, come down, chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. It could be even cobra pose, that's fine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale to extend left leg into the air, hold, reach, strengthen the hands, arms, chest and back, lengthening through this lifted left leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, high lunge, shifting the weight back so there's less weight in the hands, right heel's lifted, easily able to float right up. Facing forward, lunging deeply, reaching high, hug to center. So that's the legs, belly, and arms. Let's breathe in. And our exhale to open to warrior two. Just arrive in the posture, feel it. And then our transition to triangle. Straighten the left leg, keep the distance or shorten the distance between the feet if you'd like. Reach out over left leg, angled upper body, rotate the upper body here, triangle pose. Hold, breathe. That's the main thing. Good extensions. That's actually the full name of the posture, extended triangle pose. We do want to have that extending quality in the body. Okay, stay in this angled position and tipped over posture, but bend left knee and kind of slide down a little bit into the side angle pose. Making sure this left knee is still aligned nicely over ankle or your heel. Let's breathe in. And our exhale, we're going to turn, bring hands to the floor, step back, plank pose, complete your series as you'd like. It can be a shortcut to down dog or complete it. Chaturanga, up dog, right into down dog. Very nice. Let's take a quick little break, bring the knees to the floor, and sit back in hero pose, just to take some of the pressure off the hands for a moment. If you can sit in this position for a few seconds, go ahead and do that. If not, go ahead and take a regular seat. Just sit right here on the mat. This is a nice opportunity maybe to a rotation in the wrists here. Okay, circling, roll the shoulders a little bit. Alrighty. So while we're down here, let's also get our blocks set up. Your stackables here, even your chair, if you're going to be using a chair instead, and just want to get it out in front of you. So my blocks, I'm just going to put them right in front, stacked right in front of the mat. So that could be your stacked blocks, the seat of a chair, just ready to go. Alrighty, so this is a nice lengthening through the shin, tops of the feet here, your ankles, even stretches out the knees a little bit. Now let's go back out to down dog. So hands on the floor, tuck toes, lifting knees and hips, pressing the heels towards the floor as we get that counter stretch now in the front of the feet, the ankles, right there. Okay, let's inhale, extend right leg up. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Okay, we're going to high lunge again. So left heel stays lifted, reaching just like this. All righty, inhale. We're going to exhale, fold. We're going to bring the hands to those stacked blocks or the seat of your chair. We're just going to bring in my blocks a little bit, shifting the weight forward into the hands on that block or seat of the chair to lift this left leg into the air. Something like this.
Okay, so we're balancing on the right foot. Left leg lifted. Activate that foot. I'm pointing through the toes. You can even flex the foot and push through the heel. Okay, I'm going to turn my blocks up a little higher, just like this, so I can get a little bit more lift and extension through the spine. We're going to take this to half moon. So we're going to flex the left foot, lift that leg. It just activates all those outer muscles there. And as it lifts, it opens the hips and it turns your body sideways. Here, left hand is now perhaps able to reach up into the air. I like to keep my focus, my eyes, my gaze downward. It just helps with the balance of this pose. So this is half moon, one of our balancing positions. Let's breathe in. Exhale, bring this left hand back down to the floor or blocks or seat of the chair. Square out the hips. You're going to bend this left knee. Bring it in towards chest. Don't set the foot down just yet. We're going to try another challenge here. I'm shifting the weight back a little bit, so I'm really planted firmly on the right foot. Okay, center of gravity is shifted, so I can actually take my hands off the ground. Can you see me? My leg is supporting me, strong leg, and I'm pushing into the ground to actually lift myself up. Hands on hips, standing as tall as can be. Bringing this left knee forward. Can you see me? So I've brought myself up, left knee forward, and I'm just going to set it down. Whew, that's a lot of balancing on that right foot. So you may want to give it a little relief there. Okay, that's part of our challenge. Okay, stay where you are. Okay, I want you to see this. I want you to see what I did there. Okay, because I was in that half moon. I'm going to turn this way. I was in half moon, came out of it. I'm basically in a forward fold. I'm bending both knees so I can really get into this front leg, this right leg. This left knee is coming down. Okay, so I'm in this crouched position, shifting the weight back so my hands are light. I can get the weight off my hands. The center of gravity is right through here. Okay, so it's really my thigh. With an exhale, I'm pressing away. That's a lot of leg strength. Hands come to hips. I'm just trying to stand as tall as possible. Kicking this left knee forward with the flexed foot. So we have a nice L shape here in the leg. That's just what we did. All righty? All right. Hopefully you're able to get a sip of water with that. A little break. Let's get the blocks ready for the other side. And let's start in mountain pose right here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, hands to the floor. Just go ahead and step back, plank pose. Take a shortcut to down dog. Okay, other side. So inhale, extend left leg up. Left foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. Find that weight shift back. That's the same action. Setting the weight back, hands are light. Center of gravity is at the hip bone. So the hands can easily float up into the air. It's the same kind of thing that we'll do when we're standing tall from that forward fold, standing on one foot. Let's breathe in our high lunge. Exhale, fold so we can bring the hands out to the seat of the chair or our blocks. So we're here, okay? So the blocks, this is what we're bringing the floor closer to us, okay? If you can see my right leg, it just went heavy and is dropping because I'm not energizing it. If I flex the foot or point the toe, it helps to activate those muscles and I can lift it. Okay, I'm getting just my left hand on the blocks so I can get a little lift and some extension through the spine. I'm flexing right foot, lifting it to help open the hips, facing the right side of the room. So I can take the right hand up into the air, half moon. Hold as best as you can. No worries if you're losing your balance. I'm wobbling quite a bit in this posture. All right, let's breathe in. Exhale, let's bring the right hand down to the floor or block. Okay, here's that shift. So there's a lot of weight forward perhaps. We're bending the right knee, bring it in towards chest, let the back round. Start shifting weight slightly back so you're more planted into the left foot so the hands feel light. You're going to really feel this in your leg, the left leg. We're pushing into the ground to help lift. Whoa, a lot of balance work there. Hands on hips, nice and tall. Okay, tall, lengthened spine, kicking the right knee forward. Okay, so the right leg is at 90 degrees. Nice and tall here, shoulders back, focus is forward. Plant the foot into the ground. That's probably the hardest piece of our balancing challenge that we'll do, is making that transition, okay? Trying to stand from a crouched position on one foot to get up into that position. Okay, back to mountain pose. Let's just continue our flow. Take a breath. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the ground, walk, step, or hop back, plank pose. Come on down, chaturanga. Elbows squeeze in towards ribs. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, extend right leg up. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Let's go to warrior one. So left heel can plant into the ground. Rise up. This is our basic flow, I like to call it. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Triangle. Straighten the right leg. Reach out over the right leg. Rotate the arms. So here's triangle. Now, earlier we were in triangle. We went into side angle, which you're kind of going to do, but you're going to actually go right out into half moon. All right, I can demonstrate it. Just stay where you are. I need to get my blocks in the right spot, okay, because I need those blocks, okay? Stay in triangle and just watch me if you can, all right? So I'm in triangle. I'm going to take this to half moon. So I'm bending my right knee, lunging. I see my blocks, shifting weight forward. I can catch those blocks with my hand and kick that left leg up into the air. So we're taking basically 3 sideways poses. Okay, let's do it together if you haven't already. Triangle, sideways. Bend the knee, warrior or side angle. Look at your blocks. Catch the blocks with the right hand, kicking left leg up into the air, half moon. Okay, we're going to turn, bringing left hand to the floor or blocks. Let's add something here. Use your blocks for stability. Keep both hands on the blocks. Okay, press into the blocks to help extend the spine like you're trying to go forward, reaching back through the left leg. We're going to take this to standing splits, which means the heart and chest will come down a little lower and see if the left leg will lift a little higher. Okay, bend the left knee, bring the knee in towards chest, but this time just set the foot on the floor. You'll be in forward fold. Have your blocks ready on the other side, left side, okay? Monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Come on down, chaturanga. Up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, other side. So inhale, extend left leg up, reach. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Basic flow. So it's warrior one. Plant the right heel. Rise when you're ready. Exhale, open warrior two. Find the posture. Set it up for triangle. Straighten the left leg. Reach out, tip it over. Okay. So basically, this is the setup for half moon. It's almost half moon. If we were fully balancing on the left foot with the right leg in the air, sideways, just like this, you'd be in the posture. But we're going to transition. Here we are. Triangle, bend left knee, so you're in side angle. Look at the blocks, reach out with the left hand, push, catch those blocks so right leg can kick right up into the air. You're still sideways. Right hand reaching up into the sky, opening up. Breathe in. Exhale, turn. Both hands on the floor or stacked blocks so we can get into standing splits. I like to press into the blocks. You can still be using that seat of the chair, extending the spine. So if the back was rounded, see if you can extend it. Reach back and long with the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, I call it tip the scale. So your head and heart go down while the right leg goes up, maybe even just an inch. Hold. Okay, we're bending the right knee, bring it in towards chest, the back can round here. Set the foot down next to the other, you'll be in a forward fold. Reset your blocks to the right side. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, plank pose. Come on down, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. All right, let's take a little break. Let's actually take a seat. Hop forward, cross legs to take your seat. You can just stay seated in just an easy pose. We rarely even do this posture. Just sit comfortably. Cross your legs. It can even be a half lotus. Sit up nice and tall. A nice grounding feeling. Okay, a nice pause, okay, and restful place. Okay, before we get back into our balance challenge, since it's a lot of work on the legs. So just return to breath. A nice steadiness in the mind and body. Lengthening the spine as you inhale. Core connection on the exhale. A few more breaths like that. All righty. Boat pose. Start to lean back. So the feet can unfold and kick up into the air, establishing your core position. Deep breaths. Ready to flow. Inhale, here we go. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank pose. Just stay in plank. We'll take a shortcut, down dog. Bend your knees, hips into the air. Let's float both feet back up to the top of the mat. Walk, step, or hop. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come to standing, reach high. Exhale, arms down by your side. Very good. Alrighty. So we're going to go back. Remember we did tree pose, and then we did that kind of opening sensation. We're going to start with the opening posture. Okay? So here we go. So mountain pose, shift weight into right foot, root down, nice tall lengthened spine, that's your in-breath. Exhale, core connected, float left foot up. Let's catch the shin with the left hand. Take the knee out to the side, okay, left side, right hand to the right side. So here we are, trying to get as square and open as possible, like this. Good. Then we're going to take this to tree pose. So all you have to do is just place this foot on the inner leg and take both arms up into the air. There we are. We're going to add one more position. Stay right where you are. Okay, stay in tree, but bring your hands to hips. Okay, still looking forward. Swing that left knee forward, lifting knee, flexed foot, thigh parallel to the ground, and we're going to extend this left leg. And it's okay if the leg goes low, like that, okay? If you can lift it up to parallel, fine, but you can keep it low, just straight, okay? Because it's still balancing on one foot, right? Okay, then bring that foot down to the ground. Balance on 2 feet. Okay, so let's do the same thing, other side. Start shifting weight into the left foot, root. Tall, lengthened spine, inhale. Exhale, core connected. Float right foot up when you're ready. Catch the shin, take knee out to the side, left hand to the left side for balance. Hold, chest proud and opened, couple breaths. Okay, take this to tree, placing foot on the inside of the leg there, both arms up into the sky. Stay where you are. Stay in tree, bring your hands down to hips. Swing your right knee forward, lifting knee, extend the leg. There. See, if you look at me, my leg is not all the way up to parallel, but that's fine. You don't have to. And then bring foot all the way down to the ground. All righty. Okay. We're starting to complete the circle, putting the cycle of all of our balancing poses. We have a few more. Let's put it all together. Let's start putting things together. I'm just adjusting my mat. Okay, we're going to come to mountain pose. Your blocks are ready, maybe up near the right side of your mat, ready to go. Here we go. We're going to do our best. Inhale, extend arms up high. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the floor, hopper, step back, plank pose. Come down if you like, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Basic flow. Inhale, extend right leg up. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat, warrior one. Rise when you're ready. Exhale, open warrior two. Find it, feel it. Triangle, straighten right leg. Reach out over right leg, rotate arms. Couple breaths here. Okay, this is our sideways, our transition to half moon. Okay, breathing in, some extension, exhaling, bending knee, shifting weight forward. See the blocks? Catch the blocks with the right hand, left leg goes up, sideways, right there. Breathe in. Exhale, left hand to the floor or blocks. Square out the hips. Okay, we're going to bring left knee in towards chest. Okay, maybe we did this, shifting weight more into right foot. So the hands are light so we can start to stand. Place hands on hips. Get as tall as you can. Do your best, nice and tall. Okay, left knee, okay, is bent. We have our right angle, thighs parallel to the floor. Let's add that extension of the leg first, right there. Okay, then bend the knee again. Let's catch knee with the left hand. Take left knee to left side, right hand to right side. Okay, this is our balancing challenge here. All right, tree pose. So left foot to the inside of the right leg, arms up into the air. All right, we're adding on. Arms stay extended. Swing left knee forward. Follow me as best as you can. Lifting knee with the flexed foot. Right, bend the right knee a little. We're going to hinge forward. Extend left leg back. We're going to a warrior three. Warrior three. Reach out with the hands. Left hand reaching back. Now, if you need those blocks down there, use those blocks. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the blocks or the floor. Find some extension through the spine and that lifted left leg, and then tip the scale for your standing splits. Bend the left knee, bring it in towards chest, round the spine. Bring the left foot down next to the other. You're in forward fold. Set your blocks over on left side so they're ready to go. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, hands to the floor. Hop or step back. Plank pose. How's that right leg feel? Come on down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's just get this over with. We're going to do this challenge. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Warrior one. Rising high. Exhale, open warrior two. Find it, feel it. Triangle, straighten the left leg. Reach out, tip it over. Hold for a couple breaths. Feel that extension. Remember, extended triangle pose. Okay, we're going right into half moon. Bend the left knee, lunging. Look out at those blocks. Catch those blocks with the left hand so the right leg can kick up into the air sideways. Opening. Breathe in. Here we go. Exhale, turning, bringing both hands to the floor or block. Square out the hips. Bend the right knee, bring it in towards chest, round the spine. We're shifting weight so we're balanced fully on left foot, shifting center of gravity. So the hands are light, so we can start to stand. Okay, as you're growing tall, hands come to hips. Okay, we're kicking the right knee forward, flex the right foot. Alrighty, extend the right leg, kicking through the heel, maybe parallel to the ground. Bend the knee again. Take that right knee out to the right side. Actually, catch it with your hand first. Okay, we're taking that knee to right side, left hand to left side. Tree, right foot to the inner left leg, reaching both arms up into the sky. Make sure you're breathing. All right, next transition. Arms stay extended, swing right knee forward, lifting knee with the flexed foot. Bend the left knee slightly. Warrior three, we're hinging at the hips, extending upper body forward, reaching out through the arms while your right leg extends back. There can be a nice bend or a slight bend in the left knee, making sure you're strong in this leg. Okay, standing split, so hands can come down to the floor or blocks or the seat of the chair. Find some extension first through the spine and right leg, and then tip the scale. Head and heart come down as right leg lifts up. We're almost done. Bend the right knee, bring it in towards chest, rounding the spine. Set the foot down onto the floor next to the other. Feel that reestablishment of balance on 2 feet. Here we go. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the ground, hop or step back, plank pose. You really feel that in the left foot, don't you? Come on down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold for a moment, knowing that we have now completed that balance challenge. Let's go to the ground. Hop forward, cross legs, take a seat, roll down onto your back, hug knees into chest. Oh, yes. The nice comfort of the ground after all that balancing. Take some deep breaths. Maybe some movement here if this feels good, as you've got the knees hugging in. Another movement you may want to add here is circle your ankles, wiggle your toes if you can, because that was a lot of work for the feet and ankles. Okay, all that standing on one foot. All right, maybe hip opener here. So happy baby pose if you'd like. Deep breaths. A lot of those balancing postures also rely on your hip work, okay? Hip stability, strength, rotation of the leg in the hip socket there. So a little hip opener is nice. Let's take reclining cobbler's pose. Let's do the classical version where you just bring the soles of the feet together. They're still in the air, okay, but you're holding onto the feet with your hands in the air. With a gentle effort, pressing the heels down towards your pelvis, and you're sending your knees or legs forward towards the front end of your mat. That might even lengthen the spine a little bit. Take a few more breaths. We'll keep the same foot posturing, but set the feet onto the ground. Okay, more for the relaxed version of our reclining bound angle pose. Except that we take the bind out of it because we're not holding onto the feet. Check in with your breath. Maybe you're starting to come back to that baseline of breathing. It's easier, maybe a little bit easier, to take those slower, deeper breaths. Two more breaths. You're going to bring the knees together, hug them in towards chest. Let's just do one more leg extension, okay, as a mimicking of an inverted pose, okay? So just extending the legs so the legs are up in the air like this. Okay, now we certainly could do something like shoulder stand, and you're welcome to do shoulder stand if you want, but this is fine just like this, okay? Just extend the legs up. And again, if you want, maybe just some rotations through the ankles, wiggle your toes if you can, even some knee work here. I like to pedal a bicycle here just to kind of get back into the knees and hips a little bit, something like this. You can do a different leg work by extending the legs and taking them out, away from each other, out to the side, getting a stretch in the inner thighs, coming back up and even crossing the legs, okay, giving a little lengthening and stretch across or on the outer portions of the legs. Take them out again and back up and cross the other way. These are just some options if you'd like while you're in this inverted pose. Go ahead and bend the knees, hug them in towards chest again, and we'll finish with a twist. We'll take both knees over to the left side, extend right arm out to the right side. So here's that opposite again. Okay, we did this in that standing balancing posture. You had one leg go out to one side and the other limb
Okay, your upper body, your arm in that case, going in the opposite direction. So it's a similar kind of thing here. Lots of opposites in yoga, in the physical practice. It's a way to establish balance, and that's what we are working on today. Our balance challenge. About 3 more breaths. And we'll go ahead and bring the knees back up to center. Hold for a moment there to establish balance. And then other side. So knees off to the right. Left arm can extend to the left. And there's our spinal twist. Once again, check in with your breath. Maybe they're slower and deeper now. Two more breaths. When you're ready, come back up to center. You can do another hug of the knees in towards chest, and then extend the legs straight out in front of you, just making your way into Shavasana for the final minutes of our practice. So legs are long. You can just relax your arms down by your side. Take a nice full breath in. There's a slight engagement through the entire body as you inhale. But as you exhale, let everything go, melt into the ground. Everything releases. Let the ground hold you. Slow, steady breaths. Continue to notice your breathing. Sometimes in a relaxed state of the body, the mind sometimes likes to wander and start thinking. If that's the case, just notice that you're thinking about other things. Take another full breath in and out just to bring your focus back to the breath and to the present moment. And continue your relaxation work. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Even as I end the practice, you can stay right where you are. But when you are ready to move, start with breath, just some deeper, mindful breaths, intentional breathing, maybe 5 breaths, just to bring life and energy back into your body, some subtle movements in your body at first. After your 5th breath, take your time, move very slowly. You might roll onto either side of your body into a nurturing pose. It might resemble a fetal position. Feel free to hold there for a few moments. And then when you're feeling ready to move again, another deep breath, taking your time as you now rise. Coming up to your seated position. Maybe you're sitting on a pillow or a block or a folded blanket. And cross your legs. Sit up nice and tall. Nice extension of your spine, arms relaxed down by your side. Full awareness of your breath. Nice. And one more movement together. We'll inhale, extend your arms up into the air, reach tall. As you exhale, bring your hands together and down to your heart. Once your hands are at heart center, take one more breath. Exhale. Hold in stillness for a moment. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow saying, Namaste.